What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another third-party review, and today we're looking at the Junion Blacksmith JB-07 Power of Destruction. And previously, I did that guy back there, and that is the X-Transbots version of the Crazy Debbie parts. So, here's Junion Blacksmith. Let's hope he's a lot better. I've also got pieces of Devastator, a G2 Devastator on the right. The color's not going to match, but we'll show him for comparison purposes. I will show all the parts on the G1 Devastator after. Inside you get another green barrel, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if the green is slightly different. I don't think so, it looks pretty close. And then inside you get all the accessories, including two heads, the fist, the gun, and a little peg for the gun. Let's take a look at the heads here. You have two options on heads. One is styled much more like you saw in the cartoon here, and it's okay. It doesn't have a whole ton of detailing. I kind of like the Crazy Debbie one better just because it had some more stuff going on and looked less plain. They do have some pretty nasty light piping, so under the right conditions you're going to see plenty of light piping coming through there. There we go. I can reflect the light off my hands and you can see it pretty well. The second one you get is kind of more like the actual Generation 1 toy head, which is similar to the Hercules head. And that one has a little more detailing. See, I would have liked to see this detailing appear in this head, and I think I would have liked it a lot better. Again, a lot of light piping. Let's try to reflect light off my finger. There we go. Yeah, so I'll show you both heads, at least in pictures. I'm probably going to use this one. The fists are no longer individual. They're just like that. And I like that better. You do have a thumb on the swivel too. So I really do like this type of fist better. I don't like the individual articulated fingers. A purple barrel, which you can put on. This gun is great. You take it, and it's got a peg that the original G1 toy can hold it. Smaller peg, so I believe the individual Constructicons can hold it. Or you can slide this in here, and what this does is it puts this little pegged attachment, which is one of the biggest faults with the X-Transbots version, is that there is nothing to hold it. So now you got something to slide it in, and when you close this thing up with the gun in there, that's solid and not going anywhere. So I'm just going to leave that in here. You've got, of course, the chest plate, the other fist, and the legs. Now, I like the look of the Crazy Debbie slash X-Transbots legs, but these ones are just way more stiff. I mean, it almost feels like I'm gonna break them to move them there. So they're a lot more solid, especially forward and back here, which I think is a huge problem with that one. Yeah, I've heard that the Crazy or X-Transbots version, there's a second version that came out that's a lot better. I believe it has silver thighs, so I don't know. I'm not wasting my money on any more of their stuff. So anyway, let's get to transforming them, because it's exactly very similar to what we did with the Crazy Debbie version, or I'm sorry, X-Transbots, and very similar to the G1. We put that in, take Mixmaster, and we just kind of slide him straight on in. And everything always appears good at this point. Dev stands just fine. Now we take this and we plug long haul into here, and this is where things start to go bad, just because these toys cannot stand very good. So we'll use my lens cap here to help prop them forward, I guess. See if that helps us at all. Maybe not. well, I'm just gonna hold him up for now because that lens cap's too thick. Okay, so this is one issue that I want to point out. He has no skirt here, which ultimately makes him feel a bit strange when he's combined, comparatively. I also put him down here. These headpieces, they have this sliding joint here, and I don't really like that either. It means they don't hold very well, but they will hold. I just feel it's not a very solid, secure connection. Of course, this time we have absolutely no problems getting the head attached. So we can take that, and see, you're gonna put that sliding piece on there, and I just feel like it's only half in. It just really wants to fall out real easy. Now this could be because this is a real Devastator and maybe it's made for the knockoff. I'm not really sure, but you can see that mine really doesn't want to hold on very tightly at all. And that is, in my opinion, a big flaw on this. And I see no way to get it down so you can grip the thicker part, which I think might help. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this top piece here. And honestly, the way these sets go, it almost makes me say, if you want a G1 Devastator, just leave him how he comes. Let me get something so he actually stands. Okay, he is standing thanks to a watch. Alright, so let's put this guy back together because he's falling apart on me here. And we're just going to continue putting things on it and just go from there. So we take the arms, we plug them in. It's a much more solid connection to the point that he can actually go ahead and put his arm and hold it in a position. We'll take this one and we'll add this here. I tell you, this old Devastator toy, regardless how much you wanted it, is just not a real fun toy to play with. It's one of the more frustrating Transformers toys. So we have all that together. We'll plug in this thing that doesn't really like to stay, and there you go. You've got a Junion Blacksmith version of Dev, and he's about the same height, but because of the leg crotch piece, he just feels like he's more leggy here. I'm not sure if I like that. I definitely like the arms better. The head, I don't know, I still like the Crazy Debbie version better, and the chest shield I don't have any problems with, though the Crazy Debbie one does look more interesting to look at. So overall, it's a better set than the Crazy Debbie piece, but it's not without flaw, that's for sure. You can see the head really likes to pop off of this piece very, very easily. It just doesn't really stay on here that well. It can be fixed super easily though too, so that's not that big of a problem. Let's put on the more classically styled head. I hate you, Devastator. And notably with this head, I am experiencing trouble getting it on. This is the first time I've ever tried to put this particular head on. There we go. Man, I hate to hear the plastic making so much noise when you're messing with an old generation 1, well, in this case 2, toy. I always worry that something's just gonna snap and that's gonna be the end of that. So we take that, we'll put that on. chest shield back on. And there we go. With the classic head, I actually think I like the looks of it better than I did the standard head. And let's see if we can bring him over without it falling to bits. You can see he is a little bit taller. He's a little bit taller, feels a little bit more bulky. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this one apart and I'm gonna put it on to the reissue Devastator, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, and through the magic of video editing, here he is combined with the knockoff Generation 1 Devastator. Notably, some of the tolerances are different on these guys, so they're a lot harder to get in than the real ones. One thing you didn't get to see through the power of video editing is the 15 minutes I had to spend in my garage dremeling out the whole of this arm so I could actually get it on there, which probably means it'll never fit on my G2 Devastator again, but that's okay because I don't really like upgrade sets. I mean, at least G1 upgrade sets. Really, if you're interested in these guys, get the X-Transbots, or I'm sorry, the Junion Blacksmith version over the X-Transbots version. It really is a better set. It's going to be best if you have a real Generation 1 Devastator. If you have the high quality knockoff, it's still going to work. But you're going to need to do some work on it if you have the high quality knockoff. Yeah, overall it's good, but the thing is, Devastator is not a good toy. So if it wasn't for my watch here, there's no way he's gonna stand without being propped up against something. And it doesn't matter which set you get, there's nothing you can do. Someone really needs to like shape away some pieces to attach to here or something that's gonna make his foot better, because he's just not a good toy. So it doesn't matter which upgrade set you get, he sucks. The best way to display Devastator is his 6 individual Constructicons, because it's really not conductive of making him stand. I mean, that's the quickest I've been able to get him to stand all day. I'm going to take a picture of him with the other head, and actually the real way I like this Devastator. In fact, let's not take a picture. Let's just pop this head off its ball joint and save ourselves some time here. There we go. Now he's got his other head and you can see what he looks like. Yeah. I'm gonna take this guy apart one more time and I'm gonna make him with a combination of the X-Transbots and the Junion Blacksmith set, because I think they both have some things that are good about them. So yeah, if you don't want to see that, then this is T2RX6, have a good one. If you do, I'll be right back. Okay, I don't recommend this one either if you have the high quality knockoff, because it just broke the tab is how tightly this thing secures to it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to this one also. But I'm still gonna go ahead and do the half crazy Debbie or X-Transbots half Junion Blacksmith, and we'll go from there. But man, that sucks now. So coming off from that disappointment where it's breaking my toy, I gotta say I don't recommend the the Junion Blacksmith version if you've got the knockoff Devastator. If you have anything else, I think it's fine, but there is a lot of pieces that really didn't want to come off of this without feeling like you were gonna break it. Again, it worked just fine on the G2, but yeah, with the knockoff one, it's not so good. But anyway, this is how I am gonna end up displaying my Devastator from now on. And what we've got is the X-Transbots head arm shield, the Junion Blacksmith arms and gun, and finally the X-Transbots legs. And I think that makes the most impressive combination of parts that works together. So, this is T2RX6. If you guys are looking for an upgrade set, really I would say don't waste your money on them. Just keep them G1 Devastator. If you have to pick one, the Junion Blacksmith one has less problems overall, unless you have a knockoff version, in which case get the Junion or X Transbots version, I guess. Or the real Crazy Debbie. Like I said, I heard that the X Transbots ones has been fixed from my release to the next, but I'm not buying it again. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.